Okay. These are best of threes, right? Or one?
Yes, best
Three?
of threes,
Okay.
I believe. I believe it's best of threes.
Our first game is going to be on Expedition Lost. How do you feel about this map?
I feel like this map has I think it's interesting. Ever since that rock issue, it's been, or that rock explosion, it's been hilarious. And Kyo, yeah, just expressing a bit of disbelief that we're back on the Heart of the Swarm server.
Yeah.
But anyway, in the bottom left,
In the lavender,
we have NeuroZerg. And in the top right, in the Protoss orange, we've got Kyo. Well, Kyo's going for pylon on the low ground. Probably going to wall that off, maybe go for a forge expand, or just it looks like a definite expansion in general.
I would agree with that. I mean, this ramp isn't that large either.
No.
So you can wall it off relatively quickly.
Yep. I am curious in seeing what Neuro will do, because he has been known to do some interesting plays. And there's the forge. So yeah, we got a forge expand coming up. Very safe play. I hope that lag's not on our end.
I hope that lag isn't for Kyo either.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a pool already. And this isn't a very fast pool, but it's not quite as economically advantageous as going hatch first.
No. But it's telling that he doesn't get the gas with it. So, like you said, it's just a very safe build. And this hatch is probably going to... Yeah, there's the pylon.
Those pesky probes.
You know, I bet these people have experience playing against each other on the ladder, because they both are in, Grandmaster North America. So it's possible that Neuro just knew that Kyo was going to do this type of pylon block. And if you go pool first, then you're a lot less screwed up by the pylon block, because you can get the wings out if they do let it finish. And when Kyo saw that the pool was there, it was basically an auto cancel. Yeah.
But the nexus for Kyo is down faster.
Yep. So, I'm curious. Yeah. Okay. So it looks like Neuro is going to go for a quick 3 hatch. He saw that the nexus was down, and more importantly, he saw that it was forge first instead of gateway. And having that forge first really means that, like, the potential for the Protoss to do something annoying, or just
to have units.
Yeah, to have units is that much slower. Because ideally, they do want to go for the gateway first. But
what a rich hatchery that was.
Yep, that hatchery was 5 minerals richer than any other one in the world.
This is the map with the Tastelope on it.
Yes, it is. There is a Tastelope here.
It's just so funny.
Looks like Kyo's a little afraid. He's leaving this probe in the wall-off position until a Zealot gets here. So he must be, realizing the aggressive potential of Neuro, going for that the pool first opening.
The pool, they definitely saw the pool. So the potential for some aggressive Zerglings.
And he doesn't know that the third is up already. So that's information that Kyo is missing, that I'm sure they would have really wanted. And this wall, is going down slowly, but it's already at half health. Those 4 Zerglings are doing a lot of work, but it looks like Kyo's he's gonna put this pylon down here for spotting, so he'll know that this is happening. Won't catch him too off guard. Queen's marching her slow butt up here. There we go. And there's the Tastelope.
Wow. There's multiple.
Yes. There's one of the Tastelopes.
There's one, I saw one just a second ago. It's by the Zerglings. Well, there's more than one.
Got the Roach Warren coming up. I like that play. Especially, now that Swarm Hosts are changed, you really can't rely on that Swarm Host mid to late game. So I'd say a Roach Warren is a really great call on that.
I found the other Tesla.
Oh, good.
It's by the core right now. Well, it's kind of like in the middle of the map. It's really not important, but I just like looking at it.
Now, what tech choice do you suspect from Kyo? Because all we've seen so far is Gateway. Oh,
probably Blink Stalkers.
Twilight Council. Okay, I started that tangent just like a few seconds too late. But it looks like Kyo is just trying to force some units out of Neuro, like force him not to make many drones, and he didn't really fall for it. One roach, and then just a whole bunch more drones.
Kyo still doesn't know that Neuro has that third base down either.
Well, he does now. He's seen the creep.
Oh, okay. Just a second ago, he did it.
Yes.
A mothership core.
And it's going to get away, and this Roach should probably turn around. You should probably go home, Roach. Anyway. So Neuro's just continuing to drone, and like you suspected, the Blink is coming up. Blink +1, so that's going to line up so that they can get the +2 immediately.
We just had a gateway explosion.
Oh, yeah. So
miniature gateway explosion, so there will probably be a pressure coming up relatively soon with Kyo.
Yep, that seems pretty likely. The 2-base Blink Stalker.
In fact,
it's pretty dangerous if you're not ready for it.
There is a crouching probe in the bottom right.
Oh, yeah, ready to throw down that pylon. But it looks like I think Neuro should be fairly prepared for this, although he doesn't know exactly what's coming, so he throws down the Spore instead. He has no vision of the Twilight or the Gateway explosion. So it's all coming down to just good game sense and knowing when there could possibly be something. He sees the Stalkers and one Sentry, and that's pretty telling in and of itself.
I think he's going to just send in this Overseer to take a look, and that will confirm any suspicions that he may have.
And yeah, with all those Stalkers, there's almost only one thing you can suspect from this. It's got to be a Blink opening, and he's got to be prepared for it. So in projection, we've got 14 more Roaches. The proxy pylon has been busy. And the nice thing is that Neuro's got a pretty good creep spread going on here, so he will... Well, except for down the tasteless secret hallway. I was going to say he'll see the attack coming from that flank, but he did not.
Those are some really good force fields. He's blocking off all the Roaches.
Those are some amazing force fields using Neuro's macro hatch against him. And this third might have to go down. It's a very, very difficult angle to engage from. But
macro is definitely going down. Like,
yes.
These are about to be +2 Stalkers against soon to be 1 Roaches. Currently +0. Like, these Stalkers are definitely going to just eat all these Roaches alive. Nice time warps. All the drones. Pull the drones. They're trying their best. No, it's not going to work.
The Blink is just too good. I mean, Neuro's only picked off a few Stalkers, and this third is for sure going down. There's no way he can hold on to that.
Okay, probably going to wait for this second warping round of Stalkers before taking out the third. So big Blink forward.
Yep. That's such really a confidence move.
Just focus down the hatch now.
He could even just focus the hatch and get out of there. Although he's got nothing in production, so this is fairly all in. He's not going back and getting his robo. This is like a kill move. But with only 2 hatch production right now, I'm not sure if Neuro will be able to hold it off. Especially with only 2 gas
and 2
mining
larvae
as well
right now.
Yeah.
And 8 Lings, 2 Roaches, 1 Queen in production. So he pulls the drones, trying to cushion for the Roaches, but it's just not going to be enough. And this first game goes to Kyo.
So what do you think? What do you think went wrong there? Was it the scouting? Did he not have enough time to react to the blink stalkers, or was it all by that excellent execution with those force fields and the time warps?
Well, the force fields certainly did help Kai out a lot, because any amount of time you can get to not fight the roaches,
or to fight without them fighting back,
exactly, is just so precious. I think what was really turning it in Kaio's favor is the commitment, the full commitment to 2 base all in with +2. +2. Neuro had no upgrades. So maybe if those roaches were 1/1 by that point, and he had seen the Twilight earlier to build more roaches, it also would have helped a lot if the creep spread was down that secret hallway.
Yes.
Red cream soda is the best.
Yeah, we're going into game 2 on Coda, and Kaio's just telling us that red cream soda is the best. So I can respect that. Have you ever had those cream sodas where they don't add the artificial color? It's just clear.
Yeah, actually I have.
It just doesn't taste the same, right?
Well, I think it's like mind.
Yeah, it's a mind thing, but it's just not the same.
Okay, in the bottom right, in the lavender, it's NeuroZerg. And in the top left, in the orange, it's Kaio.
So we got some comments in the chat about Scarlet's back, and we are excited for that too. Hopefully we'll get some of her games cast, but it all depends on if they want to be cast. It's we're not entitled to cast it. It's all about them letting us.
Exactly. So there is a sneaky probe already with a proxy. Okay.
So this is going to be a knife fight right here.
It's probably going to I don't know how this is going to turn out. This is crazy. This reminds me of a game I saw in the GSL finals. Not quite as crazy.
Now, will Neuro go hatch first, or will he do that pool first opening again? Because that, if you go hatch first, you can very easily die against this unless you have perfect control.
I think he's gonna go hatch.
Oh, it looks like it. Yep, that drone is going down.
This is bad.
And it's the 2-gate proxy, so it's not gonna be like that 1-gate stalker proxy.
This Overlord. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna.
I don't think it's gonna see it. It's not on the right angle.
It's not gonna see it
unless he repositions it.
And the Overlord on the other side of the map isn't gonna see it in enough time.
No,
he needs to put the pool down, like now or a while ago. Okay, pool's down.
Pool is down. So with good drone control, he could potentially still hold this.
Now,
but it's gonna be a tough battle.
He's gonna see this probe, and that's a pretty normal scout timing. Now Overlord has just gotten into Kyle's base area,
and that has to look shady.
It does, of course, because why would you just put that pile on there? There's no other buildings.
Now Kyle's actually supply blocked. There we go, all done. But just that slight supply block might give Neuro the ability to actually hold this. And it also depends if he's pooling zealots. That's interesting. He's not just going in with 2. He's probably going to wait for 4 or 5.
That will make it a lot more difficult for Neuro.
Especially, well, it depends if Neuro has the... Okay, so he's going in with 3. He's going in with 3. And what is in production? 4 lings and 2 queens. And that's going to be a very really difficult hold. Because you can surround 2 zealots, but with 3 there, you're gonna just take terrible damage. So he's just a full-on retreat. buying time.
It's just going to go to the other hatch. You don't want to surround. Okay, surrounding one zealot with drones, that's fine.
Yeah, that is fine. He's building a spine at his main, and he's not losing too much to this.
It's actually his natural, but...
Oh, yeah, his natural. Sorry, my mistake.
Okay, so 2 zealots are focusing down the spawning pool, which I think is actually just going to be safe because the queen got out in time.
Yep, the queen support. This spine is going to finish building, so I think...
Neuro's going to be... should be okay from here, but has the damage been done already?
Well, he's down drones. It's 11 drones versus 16 probes, but he does have his natural up already. And there's also just the fact that Kyo has their infrastructure in the middle of the map.
Yeah,
so it's not a great situation for either player. I think we're sort of just gonna reset. Nobody's gonna die immediately, and we'll just see how things go in the later stages. And I think Kyo's a little nervous because he threw a forge down at home, so he's probably gonna want to cannon up and go for the natural.
Well, this isn't working. And the commitment to it was a lot greater than I thought, or than it should have been.
Yes. Like, he doesn't even have his cyber yet. So this isn't, like we were saying, this isn't a very great situation for either player, and I'm kind of tempted to say that Neuro is a little bit ahead now.
I would say Neuro's ahead at this point.
He's gonna be able to, well, if he wanted to, he could go over here and kill the gateways. Does he have vision of them yet? No, he has no idea.
But he can drone up comfortably now.
Yes,
if
he can.
So chooses.
He's not going to be able to get anything done because this, the zealot wall off plus this cannon, like, you're not going to bust in there with nine lings. And the cyber is now done. But yeah, looks like we're just going to have some. We're going to extend into the mid game, a very awkward mid game, I might add.
Baneling's nest.
Oh my god, a Baneling nest. So is this just going to be a big Baneling bust?
Neuro is going to try and Baneling bust this Protoss wall down.
That's fairly unexpected, so unexpected that it just might work.
Exactly.
Because like we were saying, probably the on paper correct move would be to just drone up roaches. At home, go roaches, and take advantage of the fact that that Kyo's tech is so slowed down. But with a Baneling bust, this could potentially just end the game right now. And he sees the gateways, so he can finally get rid of that.
Kyo's choosing to get +1 already, with only 4 zealots.
That's an interesting choice because getting upgrades,
no operational gateways at this point.
Getting upgrades really tends towards a late game strategy, whereas you would think that Kyo would just want units right now, units and probes.
But I suppose this is okay because now zealots can, or when upgrade is done, they can 2-hit the Zergling instead of 3-hit.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, so here the Banelings are. 8 of them morphing in. There are 33 lings on the map. 37. Okay, here we go.
Let's see what gets done. This is the moment of truth.
Baneling, surprise! Okay, so 1 Baneling remains. The Zerglings are in. They're going to take down that cannon real quick. Oh, those probes grouped up so fast. The Zergling block on the ramp.
Oh, that's just GG.
That's it. GG. Okay, 1-1.
So we're going into game 3, and that was a very exciting finish. I did not expect the Baneling bust, but
that's the point.
It was a good approach, yeah. It was unexpected, and it worked.
Who expects the Baneling bust at that level?
Exactly.
I guess not that many people,
or maybe that timing and against Protoss.
Yes, especially against Protoss.
I mean, in 2015, like Baneling busts, I would say they've been going down in popularity ever since the game came out. Like, I mean, back at the beginning of Wings, you got like a Baneling bust every second game.
Oh my goodness, we're going on Iron Fortress.
Iron Fortress, okay. So game 3 on Iron Fortress. The series is tied, and we're gonna see. I'm just gonna declare it's gonna be a pretty cool game.
I hope that there's a Colossus drop.
Colossus drop would be cool. It'd be a great conclusion to this series. So we got some support for NeuroZerg in the chat.
Okay. It's vertical spawns. So in the bottom left, in the lavender, it's NeuroZerg. And in the top left, in the orange, it's Kyo.
So, Kyo going out with the probe. Gonna do the high
put a
ground
pylon
wall.
down.
Yeah.
We all know what's coming for the next 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, it could have been another proxy. You never really know.
I also love that cheesy style Hexar.
I'm so sorry. I was on the break screen. My apologies. But now that you're in the game, yes, what you've missed, there is a pylon. So do you think Neuro's going to go for another hatch first? I mean, he was able to hold like one of the most obnoxious Protoss rushes with a hatch first. So you would think that his confidence is just soaring from that.
And it looks like he's fine too.
Yeah. So the hatch is going to be going down. Kyo goes for the gateway, but not quite as fast of an expand as they were.
Also scouts the wrong way. Like, immediately gets double gas.
Interesting. So we might have something like an Oracle Rush or a Dark Templar opening.
Well, we'll see.
I mean, it takes a very I would say it takes a very special personality to risk your chances at WCS on something like a Dark Templar opening, but it's those type of things that end up working. And you know, it's bold, but it can work for you.
Okay, so Neuro
scouted the correct way.
Sees the gateway and is probably satisfied that it's there and not in a surprise position.
Yep. Satisfied that it's not in his base.
Exactly.
We got two in each of the gas, so I think this lends more towards like just wanting to get your stalker and your mothership core and your warp gate research started immediately, as opposed to something like a Stargate rush. But we'll see what actually happens, because none of those things are in production right now, and it's a Nexus. Interesting.
Well, that is interesting, because they have a lot of gas banked up.
They do. So the warp gate's going down. That's one part of the equation. And Neuro's just satisfied to drone up. He sees the Nexus, so he could potentially take the third right now if he wanted to. But I would say that taking a third on this map is a little difficult. And I would say it maybe leans a little bit towards a Protoss player, just because there are so many strong 2-base all-ins.
Okay, well, these Zerglings are going to get in.
Yep, so they're going to get a full secondary scout. They're not really going to see anything, though. They already knew that the Nexus was in production.
But they're going to see this pylon maybe kind of behind the Nexus in a weird position. Not that weird, but...
It'll give them...
in the suspicious tech spot.
Yeah, it gives Neuro the knowledge of where the tech might be hidden. Knowing the position of pylons is almost as important as knowing what is being powered by them.
The Zergling went around again, but got killed off, unfortunately.
And there is the Twilight.
Okay, so we're probably going to see Blink play again.
Yep, going back to the trusty 2-base Blink. And I don't really blame him. Like we were saying, it's kind of difficult to take a third on this map. And we'll see what Neuro has as a response. Because he could go for some sort of 2-base play himself. You would think that if he was planning on playing macro, he would probably have his base down by now.
He's got an interesting spine spore wall.
Yeah.
So that's gonna cover DTs. If oh my goodness, a Dark Shrine. Okay, so I take that back. It's Dark Templar.
And Kyo is, like we were talking about, staking his WCS qualifier life on a Dark Templar opening. Very bold move. Exceptionally bold. And we'll see what he gets done with it. Like you said, the spore is already up. So he's not going to be able to go in through the front, but possibly if there's a warp prism with it. But there's no robo in production.
Well, with enough Dark Templars, they can just focus on the spore and one swipe it.
That's true.
There's the robotics.
Yeah, there's the robo. So it might be a warp prism drop off. And they could focus down the spore, but with 2 spines here and 4 queens, it would take a lot of Dark Templar. A huge investment just to get in the front door, and Neuro already has his lair finished. So then you could just do all that and still have to deal with an Overseer problem.
Well, it looks like Kyo is going to try and put pressure on at the front and probably drop the DTs in with the Warp Prism.
Yeah, try to be distracting and then pull Neuro out of position.
Yes. Exactly.
Nothing was researched at the Twilight, so it's not going to be Blink with it. It's just going to be straight Dark Templar. And Neuro's floating around with his Overlord, but he's not seeing anything relevant. Hasn't even seen the Robo. And he is trying to take his third now that the creep has extended up there.
Okay, so we'll see.
I think a big thing to tell is, or to know, a big deciding factor here is going to be how Neuro handles the pressure. Because he has all the tools he needs to stop the DT harass. I think Kyo has just abandoned this idea.
Well, you saw the spore.
Yeah, he saw the spore, and it looks like he's just going into Colossus tech. So he's giving up with the Dark Templar, declared it was not going to work.
And it's not like a bad thing. Well, I mean, DT's...
That's true.
If you're not ready everywhere, I mean, it's an invisible unit.
Yeah.
So it can still do damage in the late game if you're not prepared or if you're distracted.
Yeah, DTs are interesting because they're very strong the fastest you can get them out, and then they sort of lose their relevance until the ultra late game. And then at that point, you're just so spread out that it can become a very big threat again.
Kyo can still use them to make Archons.
Burrow this lane? Is that going to happen? Burrow is upgraded.
They burrowed in the... Okay.
So Neuro's just posturing to delay Kyo's macro as long as possible. And if you see here, he's got 26 workers on this base. His main is getting closer to mined out, so he really wants to throw down an expansion.
All right, so there goes the Magic Phoenix.
Neuro's just scouting around for anything that might make him lose the game if he doesn't scout it.
There are 13 Hydras in production, and Thermal Lance is about to finish.
You generally don't want to fight Colossus with Hydras, but if you can get the jump on them before the count is too high, then it can still work out for you.
They might be able to. Okay, that Spine Crawler had some bad life choices there.
This is a very good, very
nice transfuse. Hydras just do so much damage.
Yes, but if they want to engage the Colossus, they're going to have to get funneled down this ramp, and the Mothership Core goes down.
That was not
great. Not very good.
Well, good for Neuro. I guess depends
Yes.
on whose perspective you're looking to.
Not very good for Kyo.
These are nice force fields. The Hydras now have to funnel in from a weird angle. That spine crawler is kind of making it difficult for them as well.
They've got a good concave though, even with the force fields.
Well, they can kind of get some area or some damage from the high ground to the Colossus because all the other units have to go through that little ramp.
The other thing to note, though, is that Kyo cannot really retreat from here. He can get chased down by the Roach Hydra, and he can no longer recall. So he's got to be very careful with this engagement.
Okay, more queens coming up.
Do you think he can just push through on this? The Colossus count is just getting higher and higher, and...
Well, with the Roaches now, since Blink is available.
I think,
but it might just, it's so close. It's so, and those brave Colossus there. This base is going down for sure.
Yeah. If Neuro gets time to get his Corruptor count up a little bit and snipe the Colossi, that might be the answer he needs. But losing that third is just, not a great position.
There are a lot of Bruise Stalkers now.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, one Colossus is getting really low, and it almost, it does go down.
Yep, Colossus is down, so that resets or it doesn't reset the count, but it brings down the
and
count.
One more just walks up, but...
but it prevents Kyo from getting that Colossus critical mass.
Colossus count.
Yeah.
When your Hydras become useless. Okay, there is one Corruptor here.
Neuro just doesn't really have the larva or the drones to outproduce this, especially losing the larva or the income, I should say.
Now this is too much now.
Yeah, that looks like that's gonna be the game.
That's gonna be game.
Neuro doesn't have enough production to deal with this anymore after losing the third.
It was close there for a while. But just Colossus are so good at eating Hydras.
And also the positioning was pretty good with those force fields to prevent the Zerg army from attacking.
And the Blink was really well done. And Neuro agrees with us.
Yep, well done.
GG.